Okay, happy Tuesday. Today's theme is, this is a good friend of mine, Kelly Boys. She's working on her second book right now. Her first book was about blind spots, so I thought that would be an interesting thing for us to explore today. Here's what she's got to say. One of the secrets of accessing our inner knowing is to let go of a big collective blind spot we share. It's the illusion of control. When we can do that, we can spend more time in a state of flow, taking life as it actually comes in present sight, rather than living under the mistaken impression that we can or should be able to control everything that comes our way. The best example I can give there, and I use this all day long, every day in clinic or elsewhere, is just think of the weather, right? You get up, today's a little bit overcast here. It was kind of cool this morning. I got up, I looked outside, and I realized, oh, I was kind of hoping it was going to be blue sky and sunny like it was yesterday, but today's overcast and a little bit wet, and there's no drama to it. It was just a very matter of fact, oh, it's like this. I have no control over the weather. That's obvious. And so I just kind of went about my business and adjusted to what the weather was doing. And I think it's a good metaphor for how we can potentially, interact with the difficult neighbor or the family member or people at work, right? We have this idea that they should know better. I should have control over this situation. But if we imagine everyone else around us just to be just like the weather, they're just doing their thing. I have no control over it. So my job is just to adjust or adapt to whatever presents itself, rather than this illusion of control, which Kelly's talking about here, which is this idea of oh, they should be doing something different. Or, it's like, good luck with that. That's just in my experience, it's just a no-win situation. And yet we get wrapped up in that, it's pretty typical that we tell ourselves that, oh, it shouldn't be this way. And anyway, so I thought today's theme about this illusion of control would be a good one to explore and see where that shows up in our lives, and to some extent the price we pay for it. And once we can see it more clearly, I think we can to some extent free ourselves from it. So yeah, let's spend some time there. So go ahead, close your eyes. Control is an interesting one. I mean, we just activated some control, right? I just said, let's close our eyes. We are to some extent controlling that, but what we're not controlling is what we find when we close our eyes. So just take a moment and see what you're noticing about the body. What you notice about the mind. What you notice about the environment around you, so sounds, temperature of the air. These are just things that are happening, and we accept them as such. We don't tell ourselves that I should be controlling the sound around me. I think sometimes we fall into this trap where we say, oh, I shouldn't be thinking this, or I shouldn't be feeling this. And again, good luck with that. It's just not true. We have no control over what we think or what we feel. So it's really a matter of just first and foremost, just noticing. So imagining thoughts, sensations in the body, or emotions. What if we viewed them the same way that we view the weather? Because the truth is, we have about as much control over our emotions and our thoughts as we have about the weather. They just are. And what we can control is how we respond to what we find. So, oh, it's cold outside. Let me go get a sweater or a hat. My mood feels a little bit down and depressed. Okay, so how do I respond to that? My knee and my ankle are achy today. Okay, so how do I respond? The first step is just cultivating a kind of self awareness or situational awareness to be able to see what's actually happening. Again, it's very natural. We just notice that the weather is a certain way and then we adjust. It's a little trickier when it comes to our mind or our emotions. It just gets murkier, but it's the same thing. And once we notice what is, we then calmly respond. It's not personal, it's not a problem. It's just raining out. Let me go get my jacket and the umbrella. So imagine yourself going through life, meeting your emotional state, meeting your grumpy neighbors, meeting life as it appears in this with the same matter of factness as we meet the weather. It's not personal. It's not a problem. It's just maybe different than we thought it was going to be. It's all. It's not denying our emotions. It's not suppressing them or repressing them. It's not wishful thinking. It's really a very like matter of fact approach to just being responsive to what shows up in our life. And then just taking appropriate action to address it. So see if you can pinpoint some areas in your life where this illusion of control pops up. Where do you take things personally? Where do you tell yourself things should be different than they are? And then just notice the downstream effect of holding on to that belief. My neighbor should be friendlier, should be kinder, but a jerk. And then just notice how holding on to that belief, like what's the price we pay for holding on to that, rather than they just are the way they are, and I can choose how I want to or not want to interact with them. The same holds true for our spouses, our kids, our colleagues at work. people we see on YouTube and TV doing things in political situation, having opinions. We have no control over any of it except for how we respond. And the question is, how do you want to respond? What's the equivalent of getting your rain boots and the umbrella? In my experience, when I can start interacting with life in the way that I interact with the weather, there's a kind of equanimity and a calm, depersonalizes things. Just an overall improved sense of well-being and flow that enters my life. It takes effort, it takes some diligence to, hence it's the blind spot, right? It sort of sneaks up on you and you don't realize how reactive you are until you're in it. But I think it's a worthy, very useful goal. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow out breath. Relaxing the neck, shoulders, the jaw, the hands. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in. And out. And relaxing the belly, the chest, the neck, the shoulders. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes, come on back. Yeah, invitation to pay attention to your blind spots today. The weird thing is that there's this paradox. It's like they're blind spots, so oftentimes you can't see them. But I think the doorway in is when you run into someone or a situation that really activates you. See if you can find that blind spot of like, oh, I should be in control, or they should be in more control. And to me, that's the opportunity for just relaxing about the whole thing. So anyway, hope that was helpful. Appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow, hopefully.